Josh Allen went from being an overlooked prospect to one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the NFL. With a cannon of an arm and the ability to make plays with his legs, he changed the game for the Buffalo Bills. In this video, we're breaking down how Josh Allen rose to stardom and what makes him one of the league's most dangerous players in today's game. Before Josh Allen was throwing bombs in the NFL, he was just another small town kid from Fireball, California, trying to make a name for himself. In high school, he wasn't the polished five-star recruit we know today. He was a raw talent with a cannon for an arm, but not a lot of recognition. At Fireball High, Josh put up solid numbers and led his team to a few playoff appearances, but he wasn't exactly turning heads with his stats. His mechanics were a little all over the place, and while he could launch the ball downfield, his accuracy was still a work in progress. He wasn't getting a ton of love from the big college programs, and when he did, it wasn't until his senior year. The big schools were looking at other quarterbacks, and Josh was left with offers from smaller schools. But here's the thing, Josh wasn't fazed. Instead of letting that frustration get to him, he used it as fuel. He put in the work, improved his game, and slowly but surely started turning heads. His high school career is a perfect example of how raw talent doesn't always show up in the numbers. Josh wasn't the most polished guy out there, but he had something special. He didn't get the flashy recruiting hype, but he earned his way to the University of Wyoming, where his real journey started.
After high school, Allen attended Reedley College, a small junior college in California. It was here that he began to showcase his raw talent, throwing for over 2,000 yards and 26 touchdowns in just one season. His arm strength and athleticism were undeniable, but questions about his polish as a quarterback persisted. Allen's journey took a major turn when the University of Wyoming took a chance on him. Head coach Craig Bull, known for developing NFL talent like Carson Wentz, saw potential in Allen. In Laramie, Allen found a home and a platform to prove himself. At Wyoming, Allen's skills began to shine. He led the Cowboys to their first Mountain West championship game in years, and in 2016 he threw for over 3,200 yards and 28 touchdowns. His combination of size, mobility, and arm strength was turning heads, but his journey wasn't without criticism. Despite his highlight reel moments, questions about Allen's accuracy and decision-making followed him throughout college. Many doubted if his talents would translate to the NFL. He finished his college career with a 56% completion rate, giving scouts a reason to hesitate. But Josh Allen thrived on being underestimated. His work ethic and determination were unmatched, and he turned heads during his pre-draft process. His performance at the NFL Combine and Wyoming's Pro Day silenced many doubters. Josh Allen was drafted 7th overall by the Buffalo Bills in the 2018 NFL Draft. While many questioned the pick at the time, Allen's journey from a no-star recruit to an NFL star speaks volumes about his perseverance and belief in himself. Josh Allen's journey to the NFL was not without controversy, though. In the leading hours up to the 2018 NFL Draft, old tweets from Allen's high school days resurfaced, containing racially insensitive language. The tweets which he posted as a teenager sparked widespread criticism and raised questions about his character, just as his professional career was set to begin. Many wondered how this revelation would impact his draft stock and whether teams would see it as a reflection of who he truly was. In response, Allen publicly apologized, stating that he was young, immature, and unaware of the impact of his words at the time. He emphasized that the tweets did not represent his values and expressed regret for the hurt they caused. Teammates, coaches, and those who know Allen personally vouched for his character, describing him as a leader and someone committed to learning from his mistakes. Ultimately, the Buffalo Bills stood by their decision to draft him, and Allen has since worked to prove himself both on and off the field.
Josh Allen's NFL story begins with a polarizing pre-draft narrative. Coming out of the University of Wyoming, Allen showcased incredible physical tools, a 6'5" frame, a rocket arm, and a surprising mobility for his size. Despite these attributes, his college stats were underwhelming, with a career completion percentage of 56.2% and inconsistent performances against top-tier competition. Critics questioned whether his inaccuracies and decision-making could be fixed at the next level. Yet Allen's supporters pointed to his upside. Comparisons to strong-armed quarterbacks like John Elway and Ben Roethlisberger painted a picture of what Allen could become if he landed in the right environment. Buffalo, desperate for a franchise quarterback after years of mediocrity, decided to gamble on Allen's potential. Allen's rookie campaign in 2018 was a mixed bag. Starting 11 games, he threw for 2,074 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions, while completing just 52.8% of his passes. These numbers reflected his pre-draft concerns, but also hinted at his ability to take over games with his athleticism. Allen rushed for 631 yards and 8 touchdowns, showcasing his dual threat capability. One game that stood out was Buffalo's upset victory over the Minnesota Vikings in Week 3. Allen hurdled defenders, made big throws, and displayed a fearless style of play that endeared him to fans. However, his inconsistencies were evident, and it was clear that Allen needed significant development to become a reliable quarterback. In his sophomore season, Allen showed measurable improvement. He finished the year with 3,089 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions, while raising his completion percentage to 58.8%. More importantly, he led the Bills to a 10-6 record and their first playoff appearance since 2017. Allen's growth as a decision maker was evident, though there was still moments of inconsistency. His performance in the wild card game against the Houston Texans highlighted both his promise and his inexperience. Allen dazzled early with big plays, including a 42-yard pass, but struggled late, committing costly errors that contributed to Buffalo's overtime loss. Despite the playoff heartbreak, 2019 was a pivotal year, and Allen proved that he could lead a team to the postseason, laying the groundwork for what is to come. The 2020 season was a turning point for Allen and the Bills, bolstered by the acquisition of wide receiver Stephon Diggs. Allen exploded onto the scene, finishing the year with 4,544 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. His completion percentage soared to 69.2%, silencing critics who had labeled him as inaccurate. Under head coach Sean McDermott and offensive coordinator Brian Daboll, Allen thrived in a system tailored to his strengths. His chemistry with Diggs was electric, and the Bills finished 13-3, winning the AFC East for the first time since 1995. Allen's MVP caliber season culminated in a deep playoff run where Buffalo advanced to the AFC Championship game before falling to the Kansas City Chiefs. The 2020 season established Allen as one of the league's elite quarterbacks and proved that the Bills' faith in him was justified. In 2021 and 2022, Allen continued to build on his success. While he didn't replicate his statistical dominance from 2020, he remained one of the NFL's most dynamic players. His ability to make jaw-dropping throws, extending plays with his legs, and deliver in clutch moments solidified his reputation as a top-tier quarterback. Key moments included his performance in the 2021 AFC divisional round against the Chiefs, widely regarded as one of the greatest playoff games in NFL history. Allen threw for 329 yards and 4 touchdowns, leading Buffalo to what seemed like a game-winning drive before Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs responded in the final seconds despite the loss. Allen's heroics earned universal praise. In 2022, Allen faced adversity, including a mid-season elbow injury and inconsistencies within the offense. Still, he led the Bills to another division title and kept the team competitive in a loaded AFC. In the 2023 season, Josh Allen continued to demonstrate his prowess as one of the NFL's premier quarterbacks. He played in all 17 regular season games, completing 385 of 579 pass attempts, which is 66.5% completion percentage, for 4,306 yards. Allen threw 29 touchdowns against 18 interceptions with a passer rating of 92.2. On the ground, he contributed significantly with 111 carries for 524 yards, which is 4.7 yards per carry, and 15 rushing touchdowns. His dual threat capabilities remained a cornerstone of the Bills' offense. I will say, His interceptions were up, and I'm going to highlight that in 2024. The Bills finished the regular season with a strong record, securing a playoff berth. However, their postseason run was cut short in the divisional round. Despite the early exit, Allen's performance throughout the season solidified his status again as a top-tier quarterback in the league. In the 2024 season, Allen continued to excel. He played in 16 regular season games, completing 307 of 483 pass attempts, which is 63% completion percentage. For 3,731 yards, he threw 28 touchdowns against 6 interceptions, achieving a passer rating of 101.4. Allen also maintained his impact in the run game with 102 carries for 531 yards, which is 5.2 yards per carry, which is an improvement on 2023, and 12 rushing touchdowns. His touchdown to interception ratio was way better this year under Joe Brady. Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator of the Bills, did an amazing job with Josh Allen and his turnover percentage. The Bills secured their 5th consecutive division title, advancing to the playoffs. They reached the AFC Championship game, and we'll see if they can beat the Chiefs. Pray to God they do every day. Notably, Allen set multiple NFL and franchise records during that 2024 season, including becoming the first quarterback to have 5 consecutive seasons with 40 or more total touchdowns. His consistent high-level play kept him in contention for the league MVP honors.
And yeah, after going through Josh Allen's whole career, I mean, you can obviously see this is a man that's been through it all. He's had multiple MVP caliber seasons that have been taken away from him just because of the fact that he threw a lot of interceptions. And finally, he's not doing that anymore. So, Josh Allen might be back. And this might be the beginning of true greatness from Mr. Josh Allen. And, I mean, yeah. I don't know how you can't love the man. He's a great guy, great quarterback. Fun to watch.
Hopefully he'll be the first Bills quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl.
Hopefully they beat the Chiefs. Oh my Lord, I'm praying every day for that. I'm pretty sure Mason just said that word for word, but
yeah.
I mean, if you don't know, if you're new to the channel, if you are new, actually like, comment, subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. But if you're new, me and Mason, big time Chiefs haters.
Yeah, if you're a Chiefs fan, you might not want to, but
yeah, like you'll catch strays in videos about like the Colts. But
I mean, we're making a video about the Bills and we're sending strays.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll call it here. And
yeah, like this video, comment, subscribe for the algorithm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yep.
Later.